welcome to From the Bridges to the Beaches, the podcast that takes you from Philadelphia to the shores of South Jersey and everywhere in between. I'm Christopher Basili with the Basili Home Team at Keller Williams, helping you navigate real estate, lifestyle, and everything that makes this area home. I'll give you the real story. What homes cost, what each town is really like, and how to make smart moves in today's market. No fluff, no BS. Just real estate, real life, and real advice. Let's get started. A quick story to start. A few months ago, my buyers were packing boxes. Movers were scheduled, and then 2 days before closing, the title company called. A name on the deed didn't match a document, and suddenly the closing was at risk. The sellers were on vacation, the HOA estoppel hadn't come through, and the lender needed a last-minute form. Panic set in. We pulled a weekend notary, I made 3 calls, and we closed on Monday, with everybody exhausted but smiling. If you want to avoid that kind of scramble, stay with me. By the end of this episode, you'll have 3 scripts to use on the phone, a copyable 72-hour checklist, and a simple triage ladder to fix things fast. Here's how the last week typically looks. After your contract is signed, you move from contingencies into loan and title work, inspections and repairs get scheduled, the HOA or condo management assembles their paperwork if needed, utilities are arranged, and the final walkthrough is penciled in for the day before closing. Most deals are fine, but when something goes sideways, it usually falls into 6 categories. Lender documentation, title issues, inspection repairs and contractor availability, HOA or management docs and estoppels, utilities and final meter transfers, and the final walkthrough surprises that turn into credits or last-minute fixes. Knowing those categories up front changes everything. If tree, the payoff for doing the little things early? Smoother moves, fewer unexpected credits at closing, and a lot less stress. I've had clients who saved thousands simply by verifying the HOA fee figure a week early, or who avoided a rewrite by sending the lender a cleared bank statement the day it was requested. One seller avoided a delayed closing by lining up the contractor who'd do a small but required repair on a Saturday. That plan saved them from reducing their proceeds in delayed movers. Preparation isn't glamorous, but it's where the wins happen. Now let's get real about what actually derails closings, especially inside that last 72 hours. First, missing or mismatched ID and signature authority. If a seller is out of state and you don't have a properly executed power of attorney or notarized signature pages, title can't record the deed. Second, delayed HOA estoppels or condo certificates. Those documents show outstanding dues and rules. No estoppel, no clear title. Third, repair no-shows or supply issues. Say you agreed to replace a heater part and the contractor can't get the part for a week. That pushes the timeline. Fourth, appraisal gaps and lender conditions. If the appraisal comes in low and the buyer can't make up the difference, that's a financial stop sign. Fifth, utility transfers and final meter reads that don't happen on time, leaving buyers without heat or electricity on move-in day. Sixth, final walkthrough surprises, paint issues, debris, appliance damage. Any of these can turn a tidy closing into a negotiation, or worse, a delay. So what does this look like in the last 3 days? Day 3, triple check lender conditions and bank funds. Wire instructions change, bank holds happen, and lenders can ask for updated statements. Day 2, confirm title clearance. Confirm anyone who needs to sign is available, or that power of attorney paperwork is completed. Day 1, final walkthrough. Confirm utilities are scheduled to transfer the day of or the day after closing, and make sure movers have a clear window. When things break down, it's usually a chain reaction. A missing doc triggers a title hold, the lender freezes the file, and suddenly people are negotiating credits instead of moving boxes. That's why I always tell clients, focus on the smallest blockers early. They're the ones that cascade. Okay, time for 3 exact scripts you can use right now, and then a straight copy-paste 72-hour checklist you can follow to the letter. Use these as templates, not legal advice. Always confirm specifics with your lender or attorney. First, to the lender when they say they need an item yesterday. Hi, this is your name. Buyer on 123 Main Street. I got your message about the missing documents. I can send a PDF of my most recent bank statement and the employment letter by email in the next 30 minutes. If there's a specific code or fax you need, please tell me now. Also, can you confirm the exact wording you need so I don't send the wrong file? Thanks. I want to get this closed on schedule. Short, direct, and it locks in time. Second, to title or your closing attorney when you hear there's a name mismatch or a missing signature. Hi, this is your name on the file for 123 Main Street. I understand there's a name discrepancy on the deed. Can you tell me exactly which document needs correction and what the deadline is to get it recorded? If a notarized affidavit or power of attorney is required, I can arrange notarization today. Who should I send it to for expedited review? You're asking for specifics and a path to resolution. That cuts down on back and forth. Third, to the seller or contractor when a repair is at risk of missing the window. Hi, this is your name about the agreed repair at 123 Main Street. The closing is scheduled for date. Can you confirm you have the parts and availability to complete the work by date -1? If not, what is the earliest completion date, and can you provide a written quote and timeline today so we can discuss options with the buyer? This gives you options. Move the closing, escrow the funds for the repair, or negotiate a credit. Always get timelines in writing. Here's the 72-hour checklist. Say it out loud, copy it into your notes, and check things off. 72 hours out. Confirm lender has all documents and clear instructions for wiring funds. Confirm buyer's funds are liquid and ready. Confirm title company has correct names, marital status, and any necessary powers of attorney. 48 hours out. Request the HOA estoppel or condo certificate and verify fees. Confirm all contracted repairs are scheduled and that contractors have parts. Schedule or confirm the final walkthrough time and participant list. 24 hours out. Confirm wire instructions directly with title and your bank by phone. Do the final walkthrough and document any issues with photos and timestamps. Confirm utilities, transfer date, and contact numbers. And verify movers, arrival window. On the day, arrive with ID. Keep phone numbers for lender, title, and your agent handy. And don't sign anything you don't understand without consulting your attorney. That is your checklist. If you get a problem in that last 72 hours, use this prioritized action ladder. 1. Confirm what the exact blocker is and who holds the document or decision. 2. Call the responsible party and use one of the scripts above. 3. If it's a timing issue, ask for a short escrow hold or a specific credit amount so closing can proceed. 4. If it's a title or legal issue that can't be resolved quickly, consult your attorney about a delayed recording and whether you can still close safely. Keep a calm, documented trail. Email is your friend here. If you want the printable 72-hour checklist and the scripts I just read, visit movingtosouthjersey.com and download the Closing Day Playbook. It's free and ready to print or save to your phone. While you're there, you can shoot me a question about a specific closing hiccup, and I'll respond with my best next step advice. Use the checklist, keep your cool, and treat those last 3 days like game day. Plan the plays and stick to them. One last practical note. The single best first move when a hiccup appears is this. Stop guessing. Start documenting. Ask, what exact document or action do you need, and by when? Get that in writing if possible, then act. It focuses the conversation and prevents assumptions that cost time and money. You'll get through it. I've seen it dozens of times. With a plan, closings get back on track. Thanks for listening to From the Bridges to the Beaches with Christopher Basili. If you're thinking about making a move in South Jersey, visit movingtosouthjersey.com or reach out to me directly. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Integrity, service, and commitment. Your trust is the heart of our business. Until then, move smarter.